Alright, welcome everyone. So today we are waking up and we're going to start on expanding our workshop area. Namely, that little covered space over there, because that way we can increase our production on a lot of things as well. That mostly means our minerals and our sawmill is going to go under there, as well as expanding out our furnace and smelters there in that little corner, which, oh, I probably shouldn't have jumped off the roof, but didn't hurt my legs, surprisingly. And obviously we still have some more crops we need to rotate through. We definitely need to get more Zaptwig going, so it's a good thing we have this field full of it. Well, mostly full. But alright. And it looks like all our things are in need of water. So let's get everything started. Just automated. Get the automation we do have running before we get doing anything else. But yeah, so the big plan is essentially we're going to try and expand our production so that as we get and need more resources, we'll just kind of keep on chipping away at the production of those. We are actually at a kind of a critical point, so my main save that I usually play like solo outside of streaming, we're actually now pretty much caught up to it, so everything for me now is essentially new content, so you guys get to see it at the same time I do. So yeah, cool beans. That being said, I've kind of figured out the gist of most of everything at this point, and that's kind of like the one plus side of everything. Oh, that's right, this field was kind of a wonky one too. I didn't have enough Zaptwig. Oh, wrong one. There we go. But again, yeah, big goal mainly is to build that workshop up and at least get the outer frame of it going. Maybe even the rest. Oh, that's Lola showing up. I was like, what's that sound? But again, yeah, just chilling, getting everything filled on up again, and going from there. Again, automation is important for us, so that's where we need to keep everything going right now. Come on, there we go. So eventually, I know that they put in a thing where these drones, instead of watering 1 square at a time, they hit 4, and that's kind of like the big upgrade. So a lot of the stuff I have now, there might be a point where I just kind of recycle it and build it back up. I might keep half these drones and then get the 4 square ones. And that's just because, at that point I have a bit more efficiency going on. What I wish would be a thing is if there was like a drone that could just collect water from like these guys and go and fill them back up. That'd be awesome, but gotta work with what I have. And I don't have that yet, so well, they didn't put that in yet, so I gotta work with the fact they don't have it yet. Get this Zaptwig up because we definitely need it for the seeds. And that's kind of been my goal right now, is like I'm not even doing the shipment goals for the Zaptwig, I'm just harvesting it up and converting all of it as much as I can to seeds. Because that way, like, I'm walking around with like 1,000. Alright. So yeah, we're going to take all this stuff that's kind of compact in here, and we're going to be able to spread it out to this big area, as well as bring in both the sawmill, and then I'll put in the stone grinder, probably like right here opposite it. So then those can be under the roof to double their efficiency. This windmill's going to go, and I'm going to upgrade it with the newer one, and that's just probably just going to go like out to the back a little bit more. And then I have my essentially old grow wood over here. This spot might get cleared out, and I might expand either that field or make a whole new field in this space as well. And like, the plus side is I do need the hardwood and all that, so I will be in need of clearing this out anyways. As a matter of fact, let's see. Yeah, because this doesn't really drop anything, that's right. That's one thing I didn't like about the mutated pink trees. But the green trees, They drop hardwood. Which is lucky for us, because we also need that. And that will be the next big thing too, is figuring out a better storage than just these boxes. But honestly, these storage box 2s are incredible. So I might just keep them around and like have a shed or something I can toss and dump everything else into. Like, you know, right here. But this also is probably going to go as well. Alright. So big thing I want to expand is the furnaces and our assembler. And so I think I have the recipes for not a better furnace, but definitely a better assembler. Maybe? Where is it? Oh, I do not. That might be the next milestone. That was what it was. Yeah, I think it's the next milestone. Let me double check. I might be putting the cart a little bit before the horse here. But that still doesn't mean I can't expand that out and prepare for that. Yep, cart before the horse. But that does give me a little bit of an advantage because what I can do, I know I have the oil mixer and all that as well. What's up, Lola?
Hola. See anything you like?
Ooh. I do like that.
Coming right up.
And we can start growing glow trees now if we need to. But those would be what my next big interest. Let's see if there's any blueprints.
Coming right
It's always
up.
good to get these just so,
Nice
like,
job.
you know, they're out of the way. They add a little bit of flavor to everything too. And let's get some. There's probably too many, but it works out because I'll just plant them up, wait a little bit.
Pleasure doing
Obviously, you
business
know,
with
that's going to produce that hardwood for us. So the pink trees might just be kind of more flavor trees, like spots where I can just put them and not have to worry about them anymore. Alright. So here. What's funny is, like, I don't really need any of these, like, structural support beams. The only reason why I kind of put them in is just because I like the aesthetic of it. So I can put another one here. Oh, maybe not that. Oh. Okay, so it's sunk in. So boom, sunk in. Then up. Alright. Sunk in, then up. That looks wrong. It is. I don't know what's going on. Probably because I can't see below it. So what I might do then is from there make the piece a little shorter. Oh, wrong button. So go with the shorter beam. I think even the shorter beam might be too big. Oh no.
Now this should make things easier.
Yeah, there we go. I think it's because this like is slightly kind of on a hill, so that's something I have to keep in mind. And this is where it gets tricky because now I gotta actually hope that it is lined up at the right level. And same deal, so it looks like I'm gonna have to do some tricky things, but nothing too crazy. let's go to B. At least from here they look even. Alright, cool. Then it's the same deal. What we'll probably do is get rid of this pillar here. And then, again, make this like kind of an L. And connect those two. So this will be a very big open space where all this can kind of get spread out. I might keep with seed production where it's at. I don't really need much more in regards to expanding it, luckily. But that means also I can probably set up a better spot for this splicer. As far as production stuff goes, though. Where was it? I can definitely get another one of these up and running in that position. So instead of having the classic one, I can get like this and maybe two of the smaller ones going. And then have this off to the side. Because that's going to be a big and important tool for us. Oh, wrong button. There we go. But yeah, so I can get, basically make another one of these, and then have like two of those off to the side as well. Actually, let's make a little mission for that to make sure I have the stuff. Iron parts 2. Alright, so what I might do is I technically have the ability to make like 4. Let me take some stuff out of there. Alright, boom. Because yeah, that way I can also produce just more concrete in general. Because that's also something I'm going to need. That needed 2 iron parts. We can actually make double that. So that would be... boom. In theory we can make 5 of those machines, but we already need to have 1. So really could make 4. And set them up. If you're wondering why I'm setting up the machines before I build the roof out, it's just so like I already know kind of where everything's at.
Now this should make things easier.
And that way it's like, okay, this is where everything needs to be relative to everything else. And then we'll relocate that bigger one. Even though we can make another one if we want, but I would rather just move what we got. Yep. Are those lined up? They are, cool. Sweet, so that will be our oil production. We'll put some of those bigger crates in between. And we need bronze frames. Of course. Alright, cool. Put it right here.
That'll be useful.
That way when it comes out, both of those can catch it, and these have pretty high capacity. And I can put the standard, like, simple presses behind it. But what I can also do is there we go. Because now I can slip this bad boy off to the side here. maybe on its own little square. So then that's going to be mixing oil, its own oils, and that will be something we can put another little crate for. And it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to put this one here, just so we have like a lot of space for mixed combo oils. So what does it need? Steel parts and frames. We make 2 steel frames, but no steel parts because we ran out. So we need steel bars. Oh, sounds like the niece is upset. And then luckily we do have a small reserve of coal. And like, I've been holding off on doing it only because I want to get it under here so there's that chance of kind of double production. But we do need the production, and what I'll probably do as well is figure out some way to contrive a better route to the coal down there, and you know, just kind of make a road or something like that. That's going to involve a lot of sand, which means I need to upgrade this bad boy for it. Alright, so oil is going to be produced over here, and what I can do as well is I might just put the little classic smaller ones. I might keep... I'll put them off to the side here, and they'll just be producing like basic oil, probably constantly, but like, you know, it'll be like plant oil and whatnot. Not the more advanced stuff. Then let's move the other one. No point using more resources than we already have.
Now this should make things easier.
So again, steel parts, and that's really it. And we just gotta have to wait for it to produce steel parts. Is that enough? No, and I need 6 anyways. Okay, so continuing on, we're gonna get this windmill on out of here. You've served me well, windmill. Thank you for your service. And then here we got the red crystal dust. And so windmill, or the new one at least, it's going to be put on its own little platform. Where is it? Did we unlock that? I guess we didn't. Yeah, I didn't unlock that. Okay. So there's something Lola has where it's basically literally a small little stage. You can put something like, just like anything on it. I guess I didn't get that yet. So what I will do is still plan for the windmill, because that is very important. There it is. And what I can do is like just build its own little platform for itself, like probably around here. Yeah, probably around here, because there's no likelihood of me expanding this field to make an L shape. If anything, I would keep pushing it towards the trees, and I think this rocky material stops me from doing that. I'd have to double check, but as far as like my reasoning goes, I feel like that's a pretty good cause. So then boom. Just lined up with that, basically.
Now this should make things easier.
And then what we'll probably do is plan for like 2 of those windmills. Assuming, you know, size is not too much of an issue. And it might be a good idea to definitely get another platform made.
That'll be
But I'm
useful.
kind of OCD, so I'm going to make sure they're lined up. And that's the reason why I'm doing this part at least. I should probably scoot it over, huh? It's more in line.
Now this should make things
And then I
easier.
can get rid of this. So they're actually like lined up. Yeah. Alright, cool. So they're gonna need a lot, but you know, again, it's part of the process. And that's part of the major plan here is that I'm trying to expand all this out so that I can keep producing in a very efficient way. Oh, speaking of producing, I need Zaptoic seeds, and you're not doing anything. So boom. All the seeds. And then some Loom Bloom mutants, because why not? How many Polyberry seeds do I got? Yeah, let's do more of those. It's always good to just keep producing seeds too, even though I do have like a ridiculous amount of stuff. That's mostly why I do grow those mutant varieties too, is just so I can have a huge production of seeds. Like that was almost 1,000 Ravage. That's almost 1,000 Polyberry. So those are like crops I don't have to worry about as much anymore because of that.
Alright, let's get to work.
And this is standard. These are high yield, yeah, so I'll send these off to the shipment. Lola's heading out. I can build the better carts, but I need steel, obviously, and that's gonna be kind of a concern item for me. We got one drone out of water. Oh, they're almost all out of water, so that means they're now getting close to like the edge of what they can do. At least these like 10. Which is good to know, because that way I can know that maybe I shouldn't expand the farm, or if I do, I need to get a couple more of these up and running first. But again, just, you know, this is me making notes of stuff. I don't really need this post in the corner. Oh my gosh! Ah! I tripped over literally nothing.
Time for some manual labor.
That's actually kind of funny. I think I tripped over probably that crate. I can get these up and running too. So yeah, the big plan is just basically expand this out. I'm gonna take the mineral extractor, probably toss it right here. Actually, as a matter of fact, let's do that now. Because luckily right now there's nothing in its storage. Which will be another thing too, I'm gonna have to move that storage unit. And I might put them like right around here, maybe even on this, just so like, cause that way it's nearby the stone, all I gotta do is like walk over and put it in the appropriate machine. And that might be the move. Moving this guy. Right here. Then yeah, that'll just be a matter of moving this, and actually, can I move it with the stuff on there? Oh, I think I can. Let's see. If worse comes to worse, it'll just probably drop off to the ground somewhere. Oh yeah, it won't let me. But that doesn't mean I can't just build some more.
We can make good use of this.
And boom. And what I'll just do real quick is just move all that right now. Oh yeah, because I can pretty much pick up all of it. And yeah, then I have all this wood and stuff I can harvest up. This field can either expand out, I can square it off, and then put another field here, which might be the move. I have those glow tree sprouts too, so I can start growing those as well to make kind of glow fruit. Yeah, the drones are doing pretty solid work. They just need a little bit more guidance, as it were. But speaking of guidance, what soil is this? I should probably plant up some plants just so that we have that still going. That's gonna make them high yield, which is probably a good idea. Actually, do we have carrot seeds like that? We do.
Ah, shoot.
Oh, wrong one. Alright. That's been kind of the issue I have been running into, is that now
Hopping out for some fresh air.
I don't have enough seeds for certain things. That will be enough. Or should be enough.
All right, let's get to work.
I haven't done the high yield mutant trick yet, but that's just because I'm just trying to get everything produced right now.
That plants are nice and watered.
Alright. And this is potassic. I make it mutated. High yield. Mutated. Mutated does produce a lot of seeds.
Great job.
Also, if you are playing just casually, I would always recommend getting the seed shooter, especially getting the upgrades for capacity, because it's right now able to cover 200 squares in like planting up these plots is now super easy. That's my recommendation though, so can't really say if it's 100% proven as a bona fide, certified meta game, but you know. Again, major part of the process is just making sure everything's squared away.
Great shot. Nice. This will hold it over until tomorrow.
And then I'll probably expand this field out because these two random squares, like, they bother me. But it'll just be pushing this way, maybe even going a bit diagonal, so making from that corner to like, maybe like around here. And just kind of going from there. I do need to make a garden for my color parts here. Speaking of garden, how'd you get over there? Tabitha. Yeah, you're lonely because you're all the way over there. You're not near your friends. Sorry, girl. Back to sleep, you critters. Alright. So again, back to what we're doing over here. In the morning, oh man, yeah, they burned through that water. That was, at least one day gets them through all that water though. So steel parts, we need 2. And now we definitely have enough for it. I mean, we don't need that many, but actually, let's do it. Safer that way. And also we got that little double production bonus, which is kind of the overall goal of producing and creating this spot over here, is just to make sure everything is, you know, decently producible. Now we got the oil mixer. Let's just make a lot of it and see what happens. Well, this is just producing oil. Let's start mixing it.
We can make good use of this.
Um, Alright, so we need a corner piece. Back to that. So yeah, we're definitely gonna need more stone. Which is also lucky that we have some floating around too. Oh no. And then yeah, we'll just keep going on the side here. Eventually we'll have to get to the roof, but oh. Yeah, we already ran out of resources, but it's good. One thing I do like about this game is that yeah, it lets you map out what you want to build. So So even though you don't have it, like, you can just kind of plan for it.
We can
there we
make
go.
good use of this.
Then it's gonna be one of the pieces I have not used yet in this game, actually, that we're gonna have to crack out, and that is the inverted corner.
That'll be
Boom.
useful.
Yeah, I would say it's gonna be a weird looking piece in my opinion. I'm happy it wasn't as weird as I thought it was gonna be. So yeah, that is the outer brim of the building. And then we'll cover it up with some more panels. But we need lots of wood and lots of stone. Oh no! I wasn't paying attention. Gotta get to bed. For 10 minutes of sleep.
Popping out for some fresh air.
Ugh, I'm not gonna make it. Made it. Alright, cool. Day 61. And if I remember right, this whole week in the game, and I looked at the weather station last,
Hope you had a good night's
is going to be
sleep.
all
Remember to harvest any crop
sunny
that
and
hasn't been
dry.
fully grown today. No use in waiting for that sweet reward any longer than needed.
So yeah, it's definitely going to be me having to pay attention to the water drones, at least for a little bit.
All right,
Definitely give them some
let's get
babysitting
to
in the
work.
morning. What? Okay. Oh, I think my keyboard is dying. That's usually a sign when it gets sluggish like that. Yep. There we go. Yeah, that's what that was. I was like, why is the mech being super sluggish right now? It was on my end. Alright. So everyone needs water. And so one of the ways I know I could probably counteract this water issue is if I just doubled up the number of drones, but then, you know, doubling oil consumption and all that business. Everything balances out, right? Alright. Yeah, we're just getting everything squared away right now, and that's just really involves topping everything off for the morning. Was it gotta water the kids and feed the plants? Oh, wait a minute. Well, actually, water is important for everyone, so I would say, you know, make sure the kids have water. Don't water them directly. Dumb joke. Alright, but yeah, we're just getting everything squared away. Make sure everything's watered. Namely because we want to make sure that everything's squared away. Because if I remember right, have you produced any more of that special oil yet? Let's see what its effectiveness is. An efficient fuel source. Of course it says that. I'll take that back. Ravage oil is probably going to be the main oil I use for all these, and mostly just because it's super easy to produce. I have a lot of it, and if not Ravage, it's going to be something else. Probably Loom Bloom at that point, but I need those for other things by comparison. Yeah, everything should be at 100 except for that one guy. Oh. Alright, cool. So everything's set up at least to automate for today. So back over on this end, what we are looking at is a need for stone and wood. Oh! Oh! That's an interesting position to be in. Okay. Before that, though, let's just keep on finishing out everything that we know, generally speaking, what we need. And this is where I wish, what game had it? Satisfactory had like a zooping feature where I could just hold it and put down multiples. But I gotta click every single one of these guys. I'm not complaining too much about it. It's a small thing. And it does, you know, help me budget out the resources I am using on it. It means I am going to have to do some very vicious lumber work, though. And sadly, it doesn't use softwood. I wish, like, I could alternate between the two, or, like, if I could, like, choose what type of wood the pine trees produce. But can't, so gotta work with what the game gives me. And that means, fortunately for me though, I got a lot of those tree sprouts, so I've just been planting those up when I've had a chance and letting them go. And I have a little, like, grove off to the side already. And that is when I was in school learning about sustainable actual forestry proper, so that is, you know, just one of those practices. You plant up the trees you're going to cut down, give them a chance to grow, that way you're not impacting the outer environment as much. Granted, you know, you're still impacting because you made a environment where everything started to live and grow and thrive, and then you're coming in and cutting it down, but you're not cutting down the bulk of the forest as opposed to, you know, like you're cutting down the same spot and then replanting it. But then again, I'm also not a forester, woodsman like that, so I might be wrong on some of those details. But to my understanding, that's how you kind of just maintain sustainable grove stand. It's a tree stand, yeah. That's how you maintain it, like, just on a sustainable level of making sure that over time it's going to regenerate. You're not over harvesting. Yeah, over harvesting the woods. I'm trying to remember because, yeah, I always get kind of tripped up on the terms when it comes to lumber work because it is technically agriculture, but it also isn't. Like, I feel like a lumberjack would be offended if I called them a farmer.
We can make good use of this.
Excuse me. Alright, I might have to hop out the mech for this last little bit of stuff.
Time for some manual labor. That'll be useful.
So what I will do though is I'll complete the roof over this chunk of stuff. And that way they get that double production, so like the wood and all that will be going. But before that, and that's going to be our set of trees over there we're going to probably be knocking down. I didn't move the last stone. We're going to need that anyways. Actually, I don't really need this one. Cool. Alright. So, stone and wood. There's a good bit over there, but I definitely know there's a lot of stone over there. And one of the things I've been meaning to upgrade as well, and I just haven't done it because I've been neglecting it, is my hauling capacity. Which, I mean, honestly, it's still in a pretty good spot. But I know I can put it somewhere. I think it's the legs. Yeah, more hauling capacity there. Really, I should get inventory for those guys. And I need to upgrade the arms. Because that'd be a very useful upgrade to have. What do I need for those? Just another 2 iron frames and 2 iron parts. Actually, I've got plenty of iron parts. I just need another 2 iron frames. So yeah, let's see if we can make that real quick. Dang. Bronze bars. Dang. We need wood. Alright. Well, this problem will solve itself in a way. Alright. Yeah, we'll go over there. Come along, wagon. We got a place to go. So we're gonna go over here and just kind of massacre these trees, except for those small ones. Those are steedwood trees, if I remember right. And those are kind of growing over there, so we might harvest them as well. But this was the recent set of trees that I decided to plant up and see, you know, we gotta be kind of careful. Okay, yeah, so these aren't ready yet. Take out the green trees in one swing most of the time. I gotta aim up though, because I don't want to accidentally. I don't want to accidentally hit the sprouts that are in the ground. Alright. What did you do? Oh. Okay, I picked it up. I was like, what did you do, wagon? Alright. So that's a bunch of standard logs. We'll head over to that spot over there and get some more. And yeah, just now that we have kind of essentially groves growing nearby, we don't have to worry about making too many journeys too deep into the other areas like that. We definitely still need to, but like, you know, it's not as pressing anymore. And that's just a matter of like maintaining the sprouts we have from these guys, which is pretty easy. I could have swore there was a lot more wood in there. Okay. That is quite strange. I'm gonna leave it alone for now. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it alone for now. We are gonna bring this over here though. And park it. Alright, so it's a max out capacity. What might be a better idea is to move this construction item in line with that. Yeah, that might be the thing. Stay right there, log. Boom. Yeah, that way they're across from each other. No, went to the wrong one. Sweet. And this one's gonna need some more stone. Alright, let's get going. And so what we'll do too is another pass later and plant up more of those green tree sprouts, especially if it's a rainy day. Just plant them like just past the forest field in this space here. Alright, then have the little mineral extractor. I forgot about that guy. Bring 8 over. That's 6. That's 9. That's a pretty solid haul of stone too. And so with these guys, we'll just go grind them up and get going on everything. And so that's what we need to get the rest of this roof finished, and as soon as that roof is finished, production will increase and we'll start to be able to spread out the furnace and all that and kind of give them some more room. So until then, let's check everything in here. I wonder how the roof is going to work with the furnace, or with this guy, putting in stone chunks like that. Oh, it's going to block me. It might be worth having like an open middle path. Yeah, let's see. I can kind of spear it in there.
Some things you just have to do yourself.
Alright, big monster. I've seen you lots of times, and I'm still trying to figure out where you dropped this egg. And honestly, It kind of bothers me that, like, the trail that you used to have for it doesn't show up anymore. Because, like, way back, like, I want to say before this update, the Country Roads one, they had it so that when those eggs dropped, there was, like, a constant beam kind of showing you where it was at.
Don't forget where you parked it. Revved up and ready to go.
And so from what I can tell, it's always landing behind in that ridge area over there. It looks like it goes behind that mountain. So it might even be in this area. I can go to where I remember finding it in my other game, but I always thought it dropped it off near, like, kind of this, like, I figured it dropped it near your base, not in the same spot. We'll find out though. Or we can find out. But that's not the main goal of this session right now. Sadly, it's a side objective, but we'll see about getting that done later. I want to finish getting this built up and going from there. Because the more creatures I can get, the better. And that might be another goal too, is soon cleaning up the environment here. Because now it increases the chance of just running into creature eggs as well. But let's get this built up.
Time for some manual labor.
What? Oh, because it's floating on its own.
Now this should make things easier.
And it now has increased efficiency. Nice. I wonder if I can just pick up. No. Yeah, you're gonna hear me pressing the E button a lot. I'm sorry, everyone. But that's just to make sure everything. Which I can just hold it, can't I? Alright, yeah, so now we're just building out the ceiling. Yeah, just, you know, this little process here is kind of tedious, but it will pay off in the end. That's one plus side of it. I wish I could speed it up for you guys, you know, but I can't speed it up for myself. You know, this is already live, so I can't like video edit it a little faster, you know, show you 3 times speed. What? Why does it not like that? Doesn't it need like a support beam or something? Oh yeah, probably not that one. Well, let's just throw a support beam in, I guess.
That'll be useful.
No. Didn't mean to do that. I guess it doesn't matter if you have support beams or not. My brain was not thinking it would matter too much.
Now this should make things easier.
Alright, mech.
Revved up and ready to go.
I just had to walk up to it like really directly, I guess. Still think they're at the edge then. This used a lot more wood than I expected. And then over here, we need still steel frames and silver wire. But I think I have enough silver to make some silver wire, actually. Let's see. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, but we need 4 of those guys. Then we need more steel bars. Means we need more coal, which is a whole other thing. But got the windmill going. And these guys need something to dump that into. So in theory, it should pop out and just go right into there. still missing a roof. We do need more wood already. And we gotta wait for that patch to grow in. So what I will do before everything... Now let's check the weather. Because it's about to rain, that will probably be the ideal time to do all that. I'm gonna move this weather station too from the garage here. Oh man. All day for the whole week is just gonna be nice and, well, no rain, so let's make it work without that.
Let's skedaddle.
Won't be too bad. Obviously we gotta stay on top of making sure these guys are squared away. Hey kitty. No, not right now, buddy. No. Don't try and hop on the lap. You're just in the litter box. So at least we can load up the drones. Oh dang, are there still watering they gotta do? I guess so. Oh boy. Should've watered these earlier then. So that might be the thing though too, is now I have to start filling these bad boys up a bit more. But that's also a good sign too that the farm is at a good capacity. Oh, I used up all the water in there. I go further afield from my water, like over here. Yeah, it's, just a process at this point now, and expanding the thing out. Let me move this real quick from the desk. I don't know why that was up there, I almost fell. Yeah, now that we got everything set up, these should still keep on watering. I'm kind of surprised they didn't finish up. But we will do some harvesting because we all this care root here is mutated. I think that's just standard care root over there. I'm more worried about anything that's planted up that they haven't got, because like harvestable ones I'm not too stressed on. More worried about what's going on over here, which I think they hit already. Oh, I cycled right past it, didn't I? Let's do the mutated ones. Oh, that's not acceptable. Alright, cool. So, that looks like this one's set up. We'll have to just wait a few days. Then what I might do, especially if that seed splicer is in increased production too, is start producing more spliced seeds. That way I can do those high yield mutants I was mentioning earlier. And what I might do it with is like something like wheat or something like that at first, just to make sure everything's working good with it. And these are more efficient. Alright. So let's have ourselves turn on in for the night. We're making pretty solid progress over there. We got the windmills finally running. And then I don't think we can expand this either yet, can we? Nope, not yet. But pretty simple build up part for that. We do need to make a run for more coal. And we might move these two guys into that space as well. Oh. Close the balcony off. And yeah, call it a night.
Hey, hope you're well this fine morning. The weather's real nice. Let's get out there and seize the day.
So it might just be time to do some harvesting too. Just looking at everything, how it's nice and grown in. Love it when it looks like this. Oh, that's a beautiful sight. They're like in a creepy, perfect, like synchronous pattern. It is creepy though, in my opinion.
All right,
But
let's get to work.
let's get to harvesting everything so we can get another round of seeds going. Cat, what are you doing? This would be the ideal life, you know. I mean, I would like more neighbors, but you know, can't complain too much. Alright, the next step will be the carrots. And looks like all that grew in too. And I still need to build those troughs for Diana. I've been ignoring that mission for a while. And I think I have the parts to do it. I just noticed that in the corner there. Need to get that squared away. Cat's got the zoomies. Alright, next one up. So yeah, really, it's just a big part of the process too. Is just harvesting everything up, and it just takes time. But I enjoy that time too because it's just essentially idleness. We kind of soak in everything. It's the what do they call it? Achievement per work ratio. You know how successful you feel based on the amount of work you put into something. Ideally, it's proportionate to, well, it's disproportionate more in the sense of like achievement to work, but not too excessively. Because I can be super proud of me just handing the pen to the person who did the project, but I didn't really do anything else. But it's more like the idea of like, yeah, we did this work and I was this part of it. I'm proud of myself and the team. But I got no team on the farm, but I don't mind that. That's one thing too. This game definitely does have multiplayer, which I have been wanting to do. Oh, hello, viewer. I was doing good, just chilling, farming right now. I was actually planning on going back to doing some work on a little project I'm doing in the game, so just kind of knocking stuff out. And boom. I gotta drop this stuff off because I don't want to burn through that fuel. Is that the right one? Nope. Nope. I'm stuck. Oh no. Come on. Yeah, I was like, come on, get unstuck. Yeah, is that really all I picked up? Oh yeah, the mutated ones. Okay. Yeah, that messed it up a little bit. Alright, but yeah, finishing off this little structure here. Get going from there. Boom. Alright. And that has increased efficiency now, so when I do get more wood, which hopefully will be soon, I can toss it in there and it'll be doubly efficient. Alright, let's take a quick look here. Alright, so really all we gotta do is finish filling in this. This is gonna be a lot more wood and stone than I have now. I know that for a fact. I'm already running out of wood. But there is a silver lining to all that. And that is because I do have those sprouts. I do need to do a little bit of forestry work. Not pine trees. Is that the right one? There it is. There we go. Oh, what? Cooldown. For planting seeds? Not in this game, come on. Just a second. What's going on over here? Okay, let's see what's up with... Oh, I definitely need more water. Alright, come on, come on. And where is it? Where is it? There they are. Come on. I need a small little forest to grow here. Did it? Alright, sorry about that, everyone. Getting caught up in a little bit of details. Oop. Oh, come on. Water. Sorry, drone.
Over until tomorrow.
See, she sprayed away though. Come on. Why'd that wire suddenly get in the way? Sorry, my setup has been a bit cramped lately for no reason. Let's see what we can do with some of this stuff here. We need to get more carrots, which might be a good move on this spot. Let's get it all set up.
That should keep it good until tomorrow.
Alright, get this watered up real quick. And that's the question. It's phosphoric. That's gonna make mutant carrots. I don't really need mutant carrots right now. Oh, I misspelled something. I was typing a message out.
Buying or selling? Make your pick.
Alright, what do we need cheap? We don't need Ravage like that. She doesn't have anything to sell there. Hmm.
See you.
Alright. Looking at everything we have here, we need to get this producing again. We need to get blast through those mutants. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of them.
Don't forget where you parked it.
Oh, I was gonna say, did I get stuck somehow? Alright, and then we need standard Zaptwig, just seeds. Not perfect.
Time for some action.
Oh snap, the drone's out of water. I'm thinking about random stuff here. Alright, come on, there we go. Have how many? Oh yeah. Perfect. Let's just
Fresh soil.
I didn't realize I had that much. I definitely need to get these going quick. Oh. Alright, boom. That field is set up. Oh, I missed off the brim here. Okay. And this field needs to get watered. Oh no, it's good. Except for that little spot. These are going to be mutated because it's potassic soil. This is standard. And they're going to be ready the next day. So then over here, potassic. I gotta decide what I'm going to plant in here. So what I should do is something that would be high yield. Sorry drones, I'm probably just like frustrating everything you're trying to do. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to do some quick math here because I'm trying to remember how large this plot was. I remember counting it out at one point in my head, but yeah, mental math, I should have just wrote it down. Definitely not Zaptwig. Chromase would be mutated. Yeah, it might be the move. I haven't planted any of that up in a while.
Into the soil it goes.
Oh, Scarecrow just ate those seeds. Not literally, but like... Alright, Broom. Give me a quick second. I got to check on something real fast. Apologies for that delay there, everyone. Everything turned out just fine, so nothing to worry about there. Okay, so over here, what I might do is, honestly, it's phosphoric, so that would make some mutants, and there's that little like patch of nitrogen. I might do wheat just to set this field right, just so I kind of get everything back to one type of field.
Shoot.
Hopefully I have enough. I'm pretty sure I do. This is a bigger field, so that's like the only issue with it. I'm facing everything. Oh. It better be like a stormy week at some point, where like, you know, it's just almost solid rain for a while. Because these drones are working real hard, they need a break.
Fresh soil, neat seed.
Boom. Alright. So I believe every patch is set up. I'm trying to remember if there's another one I'm forgetting. Oh, that's right, the one next to Ulf that has all the mutant carrot. Which I definitely need to harvest. Alright, boom. Let's get those set crops over there, but over here, since we got Potastic now. Might be a good idea to stick with it being the same type. In this case, honey bottle.
Fresh soil, neat seed. Don't forget where you parked it.
Well, let's see if that other oil's as efficient as it's supposed to claims to be. Oh yeah, we got a lot of it. Oh yeah, how many bars is that? Okay. That'll be the next thing too, is at one point getting this thing more fuel efficient.
Pop, into the soil it goes.
Okay. Oh. Oh, wait, this isn't planted up? Something spotted that now. Alright. High yields, those are coming in. Alright, so we have that last little bit of the workshop we need to finish off. And we definitely need to go get some wood and stone. More wood than anything else. I got a little bit distracted just making sure everything was squared away on the farm. Cat definitely has the zoomies right now. Running around like a little hellion. What do you want? That's right, I can't run when I'm over encumbered. Boom. Boom. Just unload all the goods here. Lots of mutated crops, that's what's not matching. Okay. And I don't think I do have a thing for a zap twig, do I? Alright, Loom Bloom, I'm gonna try and see what I need to do for shipments for you. There's a lot of you. Didn't build one for Zaptwig. Moonbloom and Honey Bottle. Let's see what we need to get for you guys to get out of here. Oh yeah, we can get those guys on out. That's one delivery down. Easy. Oh, not as easy as I thought. Okay. Let's make a mission for that one. Where was it? Definitely this one I could knock out. For real? Same deal. I need bronze frames. Okay. Luckily we can get Zaptwig moving now. At least some of it. Alright. Yeah, a lot of frames and things I need. Let's see. Let's see what we can do over here, because you know that way this mission over here is done. Iron frames, 2 of those, and aluminum wire, and bronze frames. See if we can make those. Nope, we need bronze. Okay, well, on the 1+ side, we can at least get some resources gathered up before the day ends. I'm not gonna panic about the sun coming up this time around. Also, the mineral extractor is a literal godsend. Alright. Looks like I can make another path here, cut across, go to the back of the facility. Well, yeah, the back of this. I didn't get far enough. I did not. Okay. Yeah, then meet up here. Okay, that might be the move, trail making wise. Okay, so that might be a design flaw of my plan. Why did it take those out? Alright, yeah, we can make this work. That's a lot of softwood. Yeah, I don't need to worry about cutting down pine trees for a while. Oh. Okay, cool.
Wakey, wakey, partner. Why don't we try and plant some seeds today, huh? Always good to have more crops in the harvest cycle.
Move it just a little further back. Cat, what are you doing? You're freaking out for no reason.
We can make good use of this.
Alright, yeah, that way it's scooted a little bit closer. Now it just pops out and into there. That might be the move here too. That way it's open enough for me to throw stuff in, and we can just pivot those resources. Oh. Yeah, we'll just pivot those resources into here. What do I need to build another one of those mineral guys? Ah, lots of stuff. That might be something to take with me in another spot later. Alright, so we are going to do a little bit of an adventure, and that's just to get some more wood. It's not really too much of an adventure in that sense, but we definitely need just base wood, which is actually surprisingly harder than I thought it would be to get. That is mostly because of the location I picked, but you know, it is what it is. Alright, and what would it take to build the road? Just to bridge this. Just a second. Alright. no. What? Okay, there we go. Okay, I technically could build it right now if I really wanted. Well, mostly build it.
That'll be useful.
Okay. Okay, yeah. And that makes a lot more sense than the other road I built. So that one right there. You would have thought building this one road would be the main thing I'd be doing. Then a road end.
We can make good use of this.
Alright, so I need some iron bars and a little bit more concrete. Why is this blocked? We'll figure that out in a second. Let's go get those iron bars. Oh, wait a minute. Heck yeah, forgot about this one. Those are bronze bars. don't think we have any more iron bars floating around like that. Wait. Oh, we do. Somewhere. Probably in here. Yeah. Like 6 of those guys. Alright, we made it. Cool. Yeah, I want to get this bridge done. I'm at the point now where I just want it. It's something I don't have to stress on. Oh! Yeah, this really actually opens up a lot of possibilities too. Okay, cool. I didn't think that through. There we go. Alright, sweet. Yeah, we're cruising. We can make it our way nice and easy across that path. Ride this way straight down to the woods over here. Also takes us close to the Hexagon Valley, which does give us an option if we want to get some coal. But yeah, now this path is basically opened up significantly more. I just need to figure out a better way to stabilize the carts. I will eventually have them in like a kind of a crazy daisy chain, because the Mark II carts you can link together. And yeah, then this is the forestry project I was doing a little bit ago. Oh snap, there's still some logs I just didn't get. Let's detach you. I thought I got all the logs. That's where I mentioned earlier, I was talking about sustainable harvesting, you know, ideally not going out and doing this too much. But I do need the wood. Yeah, I'm greedy. I'm a bad person. Go to another planet, start messing up the environment. Come on. So that's full. This on here. How did I get loaded up with plant material? That's not something I really need. There we go. I wonder if I can cheat and be a little cheesy. No. So that'd be kind of a funny little thing if I could drop it in the cart so it's just chilling with everything. Saw one of those floaters, but I don't see it anymore. And that kind of scares me. There it is. Alright, so let's make this haul of wood back, take it on home. Do we have other oil? Oh no. Oh no. Okay. We can make this work. The last thing I should do is panic. What I can do is load this up, fast travel back to the thing, come back down just to pick this up exclusively. Alright. And then let's get these chopped down, and then, assuming we're not over encumbered by that, we will not be. Okay, cool. Alright. So let's come back to get this, unfortunately, because I'm going to run out of fuel on the trip up. But it's kind of cheesing it. I don't like doing that too much. Alright, so Operation Cart Recovery will be a go. For that, though, put that in there and that. So that should be enough wood to finish off the rest of this. Oh yeah, most definitely enough wood. I don't think I want to pick up stone. But stone's pretty easy to find, luckily. Get everything else at least. Let's say, why can't I reach that? Okay, cool. So yeah, just stone needed, and that's pretty easy to get. I think, oh yeah, I already have some. Nice. I forgot that I planned ahead.
Let's get this show on the road.
So then what probably what I'll do is later's with that trail maker, square this off, just so like this is its own little island essentially. And yeah, there'll be a nice little little production zone. And it's a good thing I took out that brim, because now I can chuck stuff in there. Alright.
Some things you just have to do yourself.
This is going to be covered up. Which means I can move the furnaces and all that in a little bit as well. Oh no! I done goofed. I forgot about that. I want to build stuff of a whole. What? It doesn't like me trying to copy it. Let's see if I can just do it straight. Okay. I did not like that solution to the problem, but problem solved, I guess. Alright, cool. Well, we got the shed built, which is the main port into the stream, so luckily we're getting close to the tail end of our activity for tonight. Really appreciate anyone and everyone who watches this, so again, thank you for that. You kind of keep me going in a little bit. That and the fact I also just want to enjoy playing this game so much that, you know, even if y'all weren't watching, I still appreciate the fact that this game exists. It's so fun, and I would recommend it wholeheartedly. Especially if, you know, you're kind of in that weird combo phase where you like farming games, but you also like giant mechs. Because, you know, customizable farming mech right here. I need to actually do some more upgrades to it. But we also need those bronze frames. And everyone over there needs water.
manual labor.
At least we ran out while we were here. So raspberry oil is radish and polyberry, so I'm definitely gonna need more of that. Let's do. Well, it doesn't have any other use as a fuel other than a fuel source, so we might as well take as much of it as we can. Not think about it. Alright, so we got a new road to take us down to the middle, which is great. We can knock out one more of these deliveries. I think we might be able to knock out two. I think there was another one, just needed just one. Oh yeah, definitely knock out this one. Boom. Let's go on to that one. That was a very interesting angle for that shot, but you know, I'm gonna leave it alone. And then over here. Definitely do that one. Alright. Oh, no. Alright, so last time I remember finding a golden egg in my other farm that was over this way. They were like all right here. But that's also why when originally that monster came by, well, it's not a monster, but when it originally came by I figured it'd be like somewhere in this area. I was wrong, but you know, I was figuring that just because of the fact that it's like usually pretty close, but I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna check that old spot again and see if I find it, because I had found golden eggs before, but I don't remember 100% where I found them, and that's kind of my big trouble. I think I have the old videos saved somewhere so I could actually watch them and find that out, but nah. What do I need? Okay. So I need 12 more deliveries. Do they just need straight copper wire? Oh no. Okay, so that's how it works. It shows you like if you're able to achieve it. Oh, did we get that initiative then? Let me check. No, it doesn't look like we did. Dang.
Hopping out for some fresh air.
So we'll park that for now. This will be a solid Zaptook harvest. They're going to be ready tomorrow. And that might be what we do before closing out the session, just kind of harvest everything again. And we'll start with the fields empty just so we can get going, start that process, and that will be something we do Sunday. And Sunday, we're going to be focusing on probably just cleaning up the environment, getting rid of these like ooze slimes and all that. Like they're a pain in the butt to deal with, and I'm kind of getting tired of them. And then what I might do as well, because if I remember right, cleaning up those environments helps eggs spawn, so that means more creatures I can get as well. Which, you know, it's a good cycle right there. Yeah, let's go get these crops harvested and see what's up.
The decorating we did yesterday really lit up the place. It's really beginning to feel like a home.
Oh, I guess that Zaptook wasn't ready yet. We'll definitely get on these guys though. And the wheat. Yeah, there's only 2 fields that were ready. All those guys need water. That's the more important thing right now. It's just the, well, it's not really the cost of automation. It just is essentially outsourcing, and that's just part of it. I gotta keep these guys topped off, right? It does help me in the grand scheme though, because it means I don't have to like go out and do as much watering on my own, or any water I do supplements these guys. Yeah, but so it's like 50 gallons or something, or 50 liters. Forgot, yeah, that's the measurement. And I gotta give these guys some fuel, because they definitely need it. Alright. I have a lot more polyberry oil than I thought I would have. Alright, cool. So those are going. Let me get this wheat squared away. And now this whole field is set to nitrogenic crops, which is great. And I can just store this off, because that's another thing with the wheat too, is like, I'm getting to the stage where now I just need a lot of it. So what I might do is another mutant run of it and get seeds from that. But I need to pick the fields for that. I think the carrot one over there would probably be a good candidate. We'll see how much wheat we get from this though. We're already at like 1,000. It's funny that the one crop they chose to give us in the game is the one that grows in one day. So either we did something to the wheat, or you know, this planet, wheat really loves this planet. Oh yeah, 2,000 wheat. Yeah, we're in a good spot. And I think we already have like 1,000 in the thing already, so that helps out as well. Alright. Let's get this stored off because that is a lot for us to be carrying around. It's this one. And this, oh, it's not even close to full. Alright, then we got the carrots to harvest. Let's see what Lola has.
I bet I have just the thing you need.
Let's sell those off.
I bet I can find a buyer for this stuff. I bet I can find a buyer for this stuff.
That's a decent option. We're not really using it for much else, and that
Well, I
will
cannot buy it, can I?
give us enough money to get just about anything and everything we want now. It's a shame she doesn't sell like resources. I'd buy just straight iron from her, but that would be kind of breaking the game at that point.
Coming right up.
What's that? More stuff.
Deal. Deal. Nice choice. Ka-ching. Deal. Deal. Ka-ching. Deal. Coming right up.
Perfect. It's all stuff I wanted to get anyways.
Come back whenever you like.
Sweet. Let's take a look at the weather too, while we have a chance before getting ready to end this session here. Oh my gosh. 2 days of rain, and we just have to go through 4 days of normalness? Okay, we can make that work. Alright. And then I do have to mount a little rescue mission for my other bit of wood that I left over there. That's not something I have forgotten yet. But yeah, you know, it'll be a quick little mini session of just getting everything set back up and then going to get that knocked out. I do want to get those new harp furnaces, which means also I will have to tweak some spaces in there. Might as well do that now before I hop off, and I can knock that out in a couple minutes.
We can make good use of this.
both get... I need frames, don't I? We'll both get that. This is gonna have to get emptied out. Use the furnace a bit too often, so I'm not really gonna move it. Or the assembler. But what I will do is get rid of this guy. Put this guy here. All the stuff that is assembled back in there. That was it. Then yeah, throw these guys in just those crates over there. And yeah, just hop over here, make the stuff I need. Speaking of stuff I need,
Let's get
I remember
down.
it's just bronze frames for Diane. Let's see if I can make a few more of those. I got 10. And that should be more than enough. Those iron frames that she wants. Oh, it's filled with droppings in here. What are you guys doing? All you do is hang around and poop? Is that what you're telling me? I mean, I'll use it for fertilizer, but I'm not a fan of this. Actually, that is a good point. Why didn't I build a composter yet? There we go. Ah, that's why, because it needs iron frames. Speaking of which, however, I should be able to produce a few. Why is it making glass?
Don't forget where you parked it.
Definitely thought I clicked bronze. Okay. Huh? I guess that's my cue to hop on off. Alright, so we'll start in the middle of the night here, or in the middle of the day. Really appreciate everyone coming through and watching the stream. And hope you guys have a good one out there. Enjoy your weekend and stay safe. You know how it is out there. Alright, peace.